All right, good evening, everybody. Show of hands quickly. How many of you in here are parents? Lots of parents in here. All right, so a good number of you will be able to visualize this story with me. So imagine that it is the morning of your company's big annual meeting, and you spent a month preparing your presentation, going over, the data from the year, putting together a beautiful PowerPoint, and then 7:15 in the morning rolls around and your nanny says, "Hey, I can't take care of your kids today. I just got really sick." What do? Do you miss work? Do you show up to your annual meeting, a couple hours late? Do you blindside your neighbor with a text message that says, "Hey, can you watch my kids today? I've got a meeting. I really gotta go." None of the choices are good choices, and this is just one of the dilemmas facing working parents today. And that's why Momentum is on a mission to be an innovator in the marketplace for right-sized family care benefits. There, are a number of issues that working parents face, not just the backup child care issue, but we're starting with backup child care issue because of the immediate impact and the size of the problem. For employees, 45% of employees will miss around 70 hours of work to child care breakdowns, which translates to a $9 billion loss in productivity for employers. Yet when employees look to their companies for benefits that would help them with this, they find that only 5% of them offer backup child care benefits, and only 7% offer any child care benefits at all. That's despite the fact that 83% of millennials, who are right now the largest demographic in the workforce, both at peak childbearing and peak career advancement age, 83% of them would leave their job for another one with better lifestyle and family benefits. This represents a $250,000 loss, roughly, for a company of 500 employees. Now, you think of a company like Ferguson with 2,700 employees, and you think of a number somewhere in this range for a loss in productivity throughout the year. So, I think, of course, the problem isn't working parents. I believe that we're the single greatest underutilized segment of the workforce. I think the solution is that we should disrupt benefits. Parents need a working family support system. The vision for the support system is to be a suite of family care benefits, but again, we're starting with backup child care because of the immediate, sizable impact of the solution. In version 1 of this backup child care platform, we'd enable parents to be able to use their flexible spending accounts to pay for backup child care in an instant. We'd allow them to create a profile, select a set of backup caregivers, and then get reimbursed quickly, all without leaving the app. We even take care of support, so if there's an issue with claims, our platform, which is artificial intelligence powered, will help to resolve any claims issues. For employers, they can see real-time return on the investment for the people in the company who use not only the backup child care platform, but the other programs in the suite of programs in the working family support system. It's quick to roll out because it's designed to be more of a consumer product than a business-to-business product, and it incentivizes employees in the company to use their FSA, which lowers the company's tax burden at the end of the year. And again, we offer fully managed support. So why now? So the market for family care benefits are huge because of the seismic shift in demographics for American workers. 60% of families are dual income, so both parents are out of the house working, and 27% of these households are headed by mothers. Millennials, again, are at peak childbearing and peak career growth age at this moment. For employees, the number of employers offering this acronym, consumer-driven healthcare plans, are growing. It's doubled since 2017. These programs include flexible spending accounts, health savings accounts, and health reimbursement accounts that allow employees to select the benefits that would benefit their families or their working situations. The largest group of CDHPs that are used by employees are dependent care FSAs, which is what our users would use to pay for this service. Yet, only 7% of employers offer any kind of that allow working parents to use their funds. The unique thing about dependent care FSAs is that the money that you have in this FSA account, if you don't use it by the end of the year, you lose it. So this program is an option for spending down your FSA money and getting a child care benefit. So this chasm between parents who need child care benefits and employers who don't offer them is a $46 billion opportunity for family benefits providers. So we have a pretty simple revenue structure. There's an enrollment fee that is, again, something that can be used by the FSA. And there's a 3% per use booking fee. So when you book your backup child care provider, you pay them and we take a 3% cut of that. And employers pay a yearly program fee to be able to have that administrative platform so that they can manage the users and see the ROI. Also, a really unique feature in this, again, as I mentioned, is that it will incentivize more people to use the dependent care FSA, which becomes tax savings for the employer, and in some cases, employers might not come out of pocket at all for the expense of this program, just based on the tax savings. So at the moment, we've surveyed local working parents and employers to see what kinds of family care benefits they would find useful right now. We've looked at on-site childcare, we've looked at event childcare, and what we've settled with are these backup childcare benefits. I'm running a campaign now with the Global Shapers North America. It's a division of the World Economic Forum that has 500 millennials, working millennials in the United States. We're running a childcare scholarship program with them to get early adopters. And we're creating the lo-fi, oh my God, I'm getting ready for the bell. So when I say we, I'm really talking about me. That's a habit of mine. But to my credit, I've got 14 years as a working parent, 8 years of experience building tech products, 4 years building tech product companies, and I've been featured on Shark Tank, tech company, something in the water for my past efforts.
So who selects these folks caring for the children, and are the parents open to relying on the employer's choice or through this program?
Right, so the unique thing about this product versus our competitors is that this is really a friends and family backup childcare benefit. Competitors like care.com and another one that I'm forgetting that's on a different slide, they prioritize center-based care or a last-minute caregiver from their website. What I found in my research is that parents really do value trust, and their natural tendency is to book backup childcare from their friends and family network, but they don't pay them or they come out of pocket for them. And a platform like this would save 20 hours of extra work connecting those dots for them. So it is friends and family FSA funded backup childcare.
What type of certification and training are you going to require those caregivers to have? And are you going to try to do that in-house, or are you going to just try to onboard them with it?
So as part of this friends and family backup childcare, the providers are not providers. The friends and family are not required to be certified in any particular way. The regulations are different for a center-based care, or even if you're to hire like a babysitter off of the street for this. But in a prior iteration of this, we did come up with our own regulated, sort of audited structure of qualifications that a caregiver should have in order to be an ideal caregiver for this platform.
In this world, when you're dealing with people's kids, and we all have kids, the liability, it's just heightened liability, how do you address that?
Right, again, with this friends and family backup care benefit, the liabilities aren't nearly as steep as they are for an off-the-street caregiver or a daycare center. Of course, this is, our kids. I have a kid, but the liability issue isn't as much of an issue. Not saying that it's not something that we're going to look into to make sure that as a company we're not, we're protected against things like this. But just from a regulatory standpoint, what makes this backup childcare service something that's a really frictionless entry into the marketplace is that the trust is already there and the relationship is already there for the friends and family backup care.
I would suggest that you look into finding a low cost, like background check, even the person could submit themselves that you could then document.
Right.
So that I, as a new mom or a person who's entering this, has some idea that at least there's no criminal record.
Right, so we do background checks.
Okay.
Yeah, we do background checks. And we pay for the background checks.
Okay, I would also do a little look into what your liability would be as the person who is doing this, because there's going to be something that's going to come back to you something else.
Sure, fair enough, thank you.
Yeah.
And then what do you do to drive engagement? So now, like you sell it to a company, let's say you sell it to Ferguson, and how do you drive engagement? Because I've seen other platforms like this that actually are solving real problems, but they just can't get folks to engage.
So the engagement actually works a little bit differently than selling it to a company primarily. So ideally, our customer would be a company like Ferguson where, part of the benefits package is an FSA and those employees with an FSA would enroll. But to make, of course, speed to market is a very important competitive advantage. And so we could theoretically bypass an employer and go directly to the end user to sign up for the service. So if they sign up for the service, we have a charge code that categorizes us as childcare. If they have an FSA and they book childcare through our platform, they can still take advantage of those benefits of paying through the FSA. And so at that point, if we're driving end user engagement, it's really just a matter of leveraging these networks